My socket and leg were like an enemy to me and just a means to like get to the other side of the room. I would highly recommend the OPRA implant. The difference is inexplainable to people until you actually do it. It gave me my life back. I woke up one day and my life the night before was totally normal, and that next morning I was in what I would have told people at the time was bone-breaking pain. So I had revisions, replacements, and dozens of surgeries over a 15-year period of time. We just kept fighting it. I lived on IV antibiotics. I would hang an IV bag on one of our bridle racks and be working the horses and running IVs. It just like, that was my life. We played that game for another year, and then it got to a point where it was too bad. I knew amputation was an option, but I wanted to still ride. I made the decision to try to pull my knee joint out and fuse my leg from my hip to my ankle. Went home from the hospital, and I went to the barn and I went to ride the horses, and I was like, yep, actually you can't ride at all with your leg stuck out to the side. Immediately I knew that that was not gonna be my option. I made the decision in June of 21 to amputate, and it was awful. Sitting in a chair and driving, all that stuff is really painful and uncomfortable as an above-knee amputee with a socket. Riding a horse was 1,000 times worse. I related to a medieval torture device. I hated it. You know, I would walk around the arena on uneven ground and stuff with the horses, and your leg suddenly isn't there, but you don't know it's not there. I lived every single day, physically exhausted, yes, but my mental toll was terrible. I probably could have done something different, like laid on the couch, but I just could not do that. I still wanted to be myself, and I absolutely refused to give up my life. We had this amazing surgeon. He was recommending the Integrum OPRA implant. I've had the OPRA implant for 1.5 years. My life isn't even recognizable as to how it was. Immediately, you've got feedback in the bone, like a light bulb. I was like, this is amazing. I wake up now and it's like, grab my leg, pop it on. It's 2 seconds and go about my life. I can wear this thing from the second my eyes open until I close them at night in bed. I don't trip and fall. I walk normally. I hang out at the barn all the time with the horses. My family would agree that I am a completely different person now. I own a salon in Shelby Township, Michigan. At work, I either wear ballet slipper type flats, or I'll wear high heels and I'll switch to a cowboy boot or my riding boots, my tennis shoes. I change it around constantly. You don't trip and fall. You don't, question where things are. I can walk confidently without worrying about where your foot is. People ask about keeping the abutment area clean, and I would tell you that it was 1,000 times harder to do with socket. I was constantly cleaning my leg off. You've got skin breakdown, you're putting salves. It's a lot of work in a socket to keep your skin in good condition. Now, I wipe it down at night, put some sort of antibiotic solution on it, or just even saline solution, and I've had no problems with it. If I've been sweating in the barn and a really grimy day, just wipe it down and you're good to go. Much, much easier than trying to maintain a socket. My 17-year-old daughter is a successful equestrian. She rides on the Saddle Seat World Cup team. In December, we went to South Africa, and I know that a year previous to that massive 16, 17-hour plane ride would have been torture, and it wasn't even a second thought. Walking around and doing all the crazy stuff in the heat of South Africa in their summertime would have been torture, and it wasn't even another thought. Now, everything they do, I can experience it with them again instead of watching as a spectator.
Everything is just so much easier for her and so much more enjoyable. And when it's enjoyable for everybody, that's the whole reason that we do this. So it's really lovely to see that she can enjoy it as much as the rest of us can. I feel like she's back to the mom that I knew when I was a little kid.
I would highly recommend the OPRA implant. The benefits from it are immeasurable. It was 1.5 years of struggling really, really bad and living in a socket in a barbaric lifestyle to neon flashing lights at that point in time, like, hello, this is what I'm supposed to do.